Hello everyone, my name is Vijay Tripathi. Today we are going to look towards the development of communalism in India, the communal politics, how it developed and what course it took during the freedom movement, during the freedom struggle. So communalism. So communalism developed through three stages. As stated by Bipin Chandra, communalism is stated through three stages. In the first stage you will say that religion and secular interest, they are same. Means of one religion, the secular interest will be same. Like Hindus, they will demand same education, means, and then Muslims, they will demand same education. Means secular interest will be same for this one particular religion. Okay. So by seeing the secular interest, you can identify the religion. This is the thing. So they related the secular interest like education, food, clothing. These things are secular interest. In the second stage, it will be said that religion one secular interest and religion two secular interest, they are different. They will say that, like, if Hindus are demanding one type of education, Muslims will demand different type of education. This is the type of secular means they will say religion one is demanding one type of secular interest and religion two is demanding different type of secular interest. Now third stage of communalism, there is a third stage of communalism whereby it stated that religion one's secular interest is antithetical to religion two's secular interest. That means if religion one is demanding education, they can get education only by hampering the religion two's prospect for getting education. So it is antithetical to the other religion. So this is the model of communalism that we follow to define the communism in India. So if we go by these stages, whereby secular interest and religious interest are same, if we summarize it, have different secular interest, and third stage is that secular interest of one is antithetical to secular interest of two. Means secular interest can be defined through religion. Here two different religions will have different secular interest. Here one secular interest of one particular religion is antithetical to the second particular religion. Now in India up to 1937, this sort of communal politics was going on. Up to 1937, this sort of communal politics was going on, and this brand of communalism is known as liberal brand of communalism. So what happened in 1937 that changed the liberal brand to this hardcore communalism brand. So the defining year was 1937 election. 1937 election, whereby Nehru very proudly stated that there are only two powers left in this country, one is Congress and other is Raj, that is British Empire. Thereafter we will see lots of mobilization by Jinnah. He will mobilize the people towards the name of Pakistan, because in 1940 the revolution of Pakistan is passed. So it all started during 1870s. In 1871, as you all know, the first census of India, first non-synchronous census of India came up. For the first time during the reign of Mayo, this census was conducted. Then again in 1881, first synchronous census of India came under Plowden. First synchronous census. So these census data, like in 1901, Herbert Risley became the census commissioner. In 1901, Herbert Risley became the census commissioner. So these collection of data provided a material for comparison. For example, they got to know, okay, this much percentage of Hindus are living, this much percentage Muslims are living, this much percentage like Sikhs and all. So when you get a comparable data, then you will compare different religions with each other. And this was the time when there was British was gripping India in this colonization. So when there is a comparable data and then there is an opportunity for what? They were creating jobs. because youth, they wanted job, and this job youth, they wanted job. And this getting of job, now what they did with the census, they said, since we represent 50% of the population, so we want 50% share in the job. This was their argument. Earlier they thought we are 50%, 20%, so there was no, this consciousness was not there, how much percentage one particular religion is composed of. But now when they got to know, okay, we are 20%, 30%, 40%, they asked, demand for this reservation. So that's why we will see during 1870s and 80s there will be caste, census-based caste movement, census-based religious movement. So they will demand, okay, we want one separate organization for my caste, for my religion and all. Because of this job was limited, but youth, the number was very high. So there was lots of competition. So this census-based caste movement, this coming up of census, like Herbert Risley said that we need to segregate entire caste in India in the hierarchy. So when people got to know this British, they are freezing the hierarchy, so what they will do? They thought, since British are freezing their hierarchy, so they created this movement. No, I don't want to remain Dalit for throughout my life. I don't want to remain untouchable throughout my life. So they will go to the Britishers and they will give petition to them. Please change my caste, please elevate my caste status. So these sort of movement was done, and these census could have utilized other like taxonomic group. Like they used this religion as the basis of classification in India. They could have used class like education level, they could have used poverty level, but the thing that was used was religion. And this fueled this communal politics in India. So it was a policy, more or less it was a policy of British divide and rule. So if we can summarize this thing, the first reason could be economic. Economic means resource was limited and there were lots of contestants. So everyone wanted the resource, and this led to this caste-based census movement and all. Then communal politics of, or you can say divide and rule of British. So this divide and rule, like Churchill said, Hindu-Muslim feud is the bulwark of our British rule in India. And it was a Churchill who said that due to this Hindu-Muslim this feud, we are able to control India. So these type of mentality was there in British. Like in 1871 they wrote book, W. Hunter wrote a book, Indian Musalman. In that he promoted this communal politics. So the divide and rule politics of British was one of the major reasons for this communalism in India, whereby they ignored the communal organizations. They accepted the demand of communal organization, means they readily accepted it. When Muslim delegation in 1906 went to Minto in civil deputation, he readily accepted their organization. That's why All India Muslim League was formed. So we will find that this divide and rule politics of British was also one of the major reasons for the coming up of communalism in the Indian politics. And third reason, we can state that often the oppressor and the oppressed, means in any revolt, like Zamindar, you can say Zamindar and peasant. So often the Zamindar was of one particular religion and peasants were of other particular religion. Suppose Zamindar is Hindu, Hindus, and these peasants were Muslims. So this revolt was basically the class revolt, means the peasants were revolting against Zamindar. But what it was portrayed as a communal revolt, means Zamindars are Hindus, peasants are Muslim, and they revolted due to taxation matter, they revolted due to other things. But this was portrayed as a communal revolt. So this further fueled the communalism in India. And the last reason, often the press, the officials and other, they portrayed a simple fighting as a communal fighting in India. So these were the few reasons which led to the rise of communal politics in India. And in this communal politics, if we mark some important dates, so we can say in 1906, forming of All India Muslim League. And then in 1937 there was an election. So as I stated earlier, in 1937 Nehru stated that there is only two power left in India, that is Congress and Raj. So he ignored the Muslim population. So then Jinnah, Muhammad Ali Jinnah, Quaid-e-Azam, what he will do? He will mobilize the Muslim peasantry, Muslim people towards this creation of Pakistan. And in 1940, they will adopt officially at Lahore session of Muslim League. They will adopt resolution for Pakistan, and thereafter various efforts will be taken by the secularist Congress to bring Muslim back into their fold, but it will fail because after 1920s, the Congress politics emerged in such a way that communalist and nationalist, they were antithetical. Means if you are a communal, you cannot become a nationalist, and if you are a nationalist, you cannot be communalist. So this sort of view was taken by Congress in 1920s. So it gave no space for Muslim League to enter Congress, or it gave no elbow room for the negotiation. So this was one of the major prominent reason, we can say, for the coming up of communism, creation of Pakistan, and the communal divide that we see today also. So hope you got some idea about the rise of communism in India and what was its implication. So from another day we will come with some another historical topic, whereby I will shed light on the philosophical aspect or ideological aspect of this topic. So till then, work hard and have a good day.